bullshit. It's about time for the main event, which this time we will be watching Fully Loaded in 1999. It's actually our second Fully Loaded. I kind of forgot we've already had one because this doesn't last long. There's one more and that's it. There are only 3 Fully Loaded. So we got one more next year. And this pay-per-view will be gone. So there you go.
Yeah.
I don't remember this pay-per-view. Maybe I will once we start watching it. That doesn't happen very often. But
I've seen the first one like 3 times, but this one I don't know if I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't either. We get a first blood match, and it's not against Kane. So maybe we'll see some blood. All right, well, let's do it. Let's watch Fully Loaded in 99. All right, so here we go. We're watching Fully Loaded 1999. Took place July 25th at the Marine Midland Arena in Buffalo, New York. So there you go with that.
What was the month? I'm sorry, I didn't catch the month.
My bad. It was July 25th, 1999.
Oh, July. Okay.
Yeah. 16,605 people in Buffalo, New York to watch Fully Loaded. We know we saw a really cool opening package. You're definitely in the height of the Mr. McMahon Stone Cold feud.
Yes, yes.
The famous clip of the bedpan shot that everybody's seen a million times. Before we even got to any action, here we go again. Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to be in a first blood match for his championship. The last time I remember him defending his title in a first blood match was against Kane. That was very fair.
Yeah, I know.
This time it's
ridiculous.
It's the Undertaker this time, so it's a little more level until Stone Cold gets busted open before we even start the pay-per-view. So we're just going to go ahead and start out that way. So then we kick off. We have Jerry Lawler and the King One Jerry Lawler, Jim Ross and the King One commentary, and they show us a clip of how Edge won the Intercontinental title against Jeff Jarrett at a show where Edge wasn't even supposed to be the original opponent. And then we kick off the pay-per-view with a rematch. Edge defending his title against J-E-F-F-J-R-E Jeff Jarrett and Deborah. Edge came out first, and then Deborah came out. Next match.
Honestly, I barely recognized Deborah.
I don't remember anything else except for Deborah came out. And had a lot less on than this. I was trying to keep count of how many times puppies was said, but I lost count. At least 10. we even got puppies chants in the audience. Before the match even started, Jarrett said, "No one's going to get to see these puppies because they're mine." But Deborah had on. First of all, when you are built like Deborah,
she was wearing something.
Kind of. When you're built like Deborah, I don't think you really need a lot of help to draw attention to yourself. But we're going to wear a very scantily clad bikini type outfit, I guess. It kind of just looked like bra and panties to me, but whatever. And a jacket with some tails on it. And just to make sure that none of us miss her, we're going to make sure that shit is bright neon green, just in case we can't see Deborah. And then I think there was a match, but I'm not sure. I was watching puppies playing.
Pretty distracted, eh?
Wasn't everybody?
A little bit.
There was a point where JR said something about no, that was King. One of them said something about the look on Deborah's face, and the other one said that's the first time you've ever looked at her face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a commentary moment. But we had a good match. It was a good back and forth opening match. This is like the beginning of Edge starting to break out. We heard them on commentary talking about how there's a little trouble. There's a little trouble brewing in the Brood. We're having little problems at home with the Brood. So we go back and forth with a great match. Edge is looking good. Jarrett, boy's good in the ring. We get Gangrel's music hits. And I love the fact that it was Gangrel's music. He came out, and when he first came out, you could see him. They were doing the lights down, strobe, but you could clearly see it was Gangrel. JR had to sell that shit. I'm not sure. I think that might have been Gangrel's, but I'm not sure or not.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I mean, Edge came out, and I was like, oh, he's not part of the Brood anymore.
No,
He's got the you think me you think I think I you think you know me intro.
No, we still got a ways before that because well, we got Edge Christian obviously, but he uses Rob Zombie music for a while before he even goes to you think you know me, but
will we get to see that hear that on the cock though?
I don't know, probably not because it was White Zombie music, so I'm guessing at that point it was Crew. They'll probably dub it. Anyway, so Gangrel comes out. They fight in the dark. We can't see what's happening. When lights come up, Gangrel's the one laid out on the floor. For some reason, they did an in the dark bloodbath, and none of us knew it happened until after the fact. And they showed the puddle on the ground. I don't know what. Why would you release a bloodbath with lights out when we can't see it? And neither man was covered in blood, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh, he failed. Edge got him before he.
Gangrel.
Yeah. Edge stopped the Edge stopped the bloodbath from happening.
There was a pretty cool spot after that. Didn't work, by the way. I think they thought that was going to do it, but the match kept going. And there was a spot where Edge went for a spear, and Jarrett just kind of sidestepped and fucking gave him some momentum, and he flew out of the ring. That was kind of cool. Just a little step aside. Those Samoa Joe moves.
Yeah.
But we get towards the end, and Edge nails the spear, and then Deborah hops up on the apron and does this.
I mean, in fairness. It's very distracting. It's very distracting.
At the end of the day, yes, we're all fucking men and we know. Like, what are you supposed to do? I would have walked over. What the fuck? Yeah, what are you going to do? And she was doing it so, and then there's nothing on. And the puppies are just like, you know, it's too much.
They were just barking.
But we went to this back and forth sequence, and you got to help me remember how exactly it happened, because what happened was Deborah ends up getting knocked off the fucking apron by Edge, right?
Yeah.
Accidentally. That's what happened.
Whoopsies.
A whoopsies happened, and Edge nailed Deborah. And then Jarrett, that sneaky Jarrett, snuck up and got the win, and he got his Intercontinental title back. And then they cut to the back while Jarrett's celebrating, and we see Stone Cold getting bandaged up, and they said this might hold, or this will hold for a minute, or something to that effect. And he proceeds to the ring. Fucking Stone Cold stuns Jarrett, and then gets on the mic. And Jarrett, he sold it good, but he didn't go down right with it, but he made up for it with the stunner. He went a little awkward in that stunner. It's like he didn't know how to fall.
Deborah was way better at going down.
I try not to overuse my buttons, but that was deserved. I had to get on that one. Yeah, so very entertaining opening match, and not only were you telling us the story with the Brood feud, but we also got the tie-in with what's going on with Stone Cold, and he said if he has to start with stitches in his head, then the Undertaker was going to start with him too.
Fair enough.
Find him. So I enjoyed this. Great way to open the match. The puppy shit. I can't believe. I know it happened before, but that's the first time I believe we got the puppies chant. And
I think so. Yeah, right.
I did save a picture of Deborah from this pay-per-view to use on the TikToks. It might get my video taken down. That happened once before. Last time it was Sable last time.
Yeah.
It was Sable last time they got it up. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, fun way to start off the pay-per-view. I'm going to give this, I'll give this 3.5 puppies.
I'm going to go with 3 premature blood chelation.
It's a premature bloodbath. That's what happened. It happened. Yeah. Okay, don't feel bad.
Yeah. Sometimes you just accidentally blow your blood.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. And in that case, it did. All right, well, it was a good way to kick it off. Let's see what's next. Real quick before we talk about our next match, I kind of dropped the ball. I forgot to mention the 3 Sunday Night Heat or dark matches, as you would call. Val Venus is here. Val Venus beat Joey Abs in the dark match, and then we had the Godfather defeating Meat, who we still haven't seen. We haven't seen Meat yet, and Christian defeated Viscera. So those were our Sunday Night Heat pre-show matches. But here's our next match. It was a handicap match for the tag team championships. It's the champs, the Hardy Boys, and their manager Michael PSA's taking on Farouk and Bradshaw, the Acolytes. And I loved this match.
Yeah, this was a cool match.
Loved it. No disqualification, and it If the Hardys weren't high flying, the fucking acolytes were killing people.
Just
I mean,
brutally attacking.
but right off the rip, let's be honest. Which one of these doesn't belong? I don't know why they felt it necessary to throw Michael in the match, but when your third partner is entering the ring with you and he has a cane that he needs to walk out with you, I don't know if that's a good sign. But I will give him his props because Michael took some hellacious shots.
Yeah.
But this was no disqualification, so I found it funny that the match didn't actually start until they all got into the ring, which I guess that's always the way it has to be. I mean, they started attacking each other right away. They didn't make the bell until everybody got in the ring. But there's so many spots, I don't think I can remember them all. Because they use tables, chairs, and everything. Oh my, let's say. And
my.
We say it every time now when we see an Acolyte match, but dude, these guys just...
The Acolytes were awesome, dude.
They're killing motherfuckers. When Farouk hit that spine buster on Matt Hardy, I thought the ring was going to break. Like, it's crazy. So crazy. We get later in the match, and there was a spot where the Hardy Boys went to do the thing where they sent Bradshaw into the corner. Matt was down on his hands and knees. Jeff ran and bounced off of Matt, and fucking JBL hit a clothesline from hell midair.
Every time he does that clothesline,
amazing.
It is. Well, it looks like it's from hell.
And according to JR, it was from not just from hell; it's from the deepest depths of hell, the deep pit of hell. By the way,
yeah.
Also, randomly, and I don't know. Like, I know it wasn't. There was a point in the match where JR said, "Farouk sounds just like James Earl Jones," and do with that what you will. I don't know. I'm just saying that he randomly said that in the middle of the match. Total fun, total chaos. I have one little slight thing I noticed. There was a spot where Jeff Hardy took the cane and broke it over Bradshaw Farouk's head. I don't remember which. But then, like 2 minutes later, the cane was back in the ring and it wasn't broken. So they had a spare cane hiding somewhere. I'm not sure where.
Well, it's always good to have multiple canes.
Yeah, but I don't want to know where Michael had the other cane. I'm not sure. I don't want to know where he was keeping it. That's all I'm saying.
Understood.
And then there was this part where Matt Hardy and Bradshaw were fighting in the ring. Farouk was on the outside fighting the other two, but Jerry Lawler literally goes, "Hey, what happened to Farouk? I don't see him." Jerry was like, "Well, he's on the outside fighting. I don't know." But in the end, poor Michael PSAs is the one that got left in the ring by himself, and that wasn't good. And the Acolytes get their tag team championship back. Good second match so far. A solid pay-per-view, and we're only 2 matches in.
Yeah, I agree.
I love tag team wrestling anyway, and this was a train wreck in a good way with a lot of great athletes, even Michael's old ass. And I am going to give this 4 Hardy Boys. I know there was only 2, but we're going to go 4 Hardy Boys.
I agree. I think I'm going to go with 4 as well. With 4 clotheslines from hell.
The clothesline from hell is
always
somebody prove me wrong that there's a better clothesline than that, even today. Like,
I don't think there is.
I don't think there is.
I don't think
or after. I just don't think you can beat it.
Bradshaw has the best clothesline,
hands down. All right, well, let's see what's next. I saw a little tease. It looks like we're getting some more Austin for our next match. So let's check it out. All right, so before we talk about our next match, we better throw out this quick reminder. If you remember our last pay-per-view, Shane McMahon brought back the European Championship, and he was champ. So then we get here in Midian's champ. So you're probably wondering, hey,
what happened?
How did Midian get the championship? I'll tell you how. He found it in Shane McMahon's duffel bag and made himself champion. That's really what they did.
And Shane let it happen?
Yep, he's part of the corporate ministry. He's like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. Big shocker, Midian's only singles championship ever, even though he's the most intimidating and scary member of the corporate ministry.
Huh.
Luckily for us, he's defending his title against D'Lo Brown. But the belt still had to ring. And I don't know if you noticed this again, it's because I'm an older wrestling fan, but there was a lot of there were some bad spots. But luckily, D'Lo's good enough and the crowd loves him enough that he was able to just keep it going and cover up a couple of really bad spots.
You're saying Godwin's not a great wrestler? I mean,
Uh,
sorry, Midian.
Breaking news. Breaking news. Yeah, his friends with, it's the only reason he's still here. It's actually shocking that Henry didn't last because they were both friends with the Undertaker. They were both part of the Bone Street crew. So I'm shocked that Henry didn't last either. But anyway, we made it through this, and in the end, D'Lo got the title where it should be. So I would think, I bet most people, if they remember the European Championship, Davey Boy is probably the first person they think of. But I believe D'Lo had it the most times and probably had the longest reign if you put it all together.
The very European D'Lo Brown.
Very European D'Lo Brown, who was all over the country. Really? How about a very European fucking pig farmer? I mean, do we really?
Well, he just took it.
Midian, yeah.
He just took it.
I should have looked it up because it makes me wonder if this is the same timeline where in WCW they did something similar. Where one time Hacksaw Jim Duggan has a character where he was a janitor. They still called him Hacksaw Jim Duggan, but he walked around in a fucking coverall uniform and was a janitor. He found the TV title in the trash and made himself the TV champ.
I remember the TV title.
Because Scott Hall threw the TV title away and said it was useless, and then Hacksaw found it in the trash and made himself champ. So,
was this in WCW?
Yeah. So the lesson here is, kids, is if you find the title, you can just make yourself champ. You don't have to win a match.
Not gonna lie, I'm really excited to get to more WCW pay-per-views.
Me too. And we actually will, because next week, well, not next week, but the week after, we will be back on a. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna get into some good stuff eventually. So this one, unfortunately, not as good as the other two, but the crowd being so into it kind of saved it a little bit. And it's not all D'Lo's fault, obviously. But yeah, I'm only gonna go 2, as in 2-time European champion for D'Lo.
Yeah, I was debating between 2 and 2.5. I'm gonna go with 2 Sky Highs.
Sky High. Do you know? This is a very random thought, but you brought that song up once during one of our podcasts. And
we did. I did. Did you say you didn't know it?
So I used it on a TikTok, and right before we came back, when I was going through all my old TikToks, that's one of them where the music got taken down. So apparently, TikTok must not have the rights to that song anymore. It got removed. I did use it once, but it got removed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so there you go. All right, well, we made it to the European Championship match. Let's see what's next.
I feel like I brought it up because of D'Lo as well.
I think you did. I think it was because of that maneuver, and then, yeah, I actually used it, but it's gone. TikTok removed it, so.
Understood.
No more Sky High. Sky High.
That song went Sky High. All right.
All right, let's move on. What does everybody want?
Head.
Our next match. Man, we're getting lucky with these. I love that we're like right in the middle of hard. We're not even at the peak of the hardcore title yet. We're still kind of the early stages, but these are fun. This right here is another example. By the way, let me just say, Al Snow's the champ. Boss Man's a challenger. This is where WWF messed up WWE when they brought back the 24/7 title. It should have just been the fucking hardcore title. We got another great hardcore match, which again, with the simple thing you talked about the last time we watched one, they didn't need death-defying shit. They just used what they had. They just used what was around them, and it was fucking great. This was so much fun. Such a great match. But you noticed right away when the match started, Al had to fight this match because Head was injured. Head had a spike in its head. And the first thing that dastardly boss man does is he comes out and takes his nightstick and pounds the spike farther in the head. I don't know if you want a spike to your head. That's not...
You don't?
No, I don't think so. That hurts.
It worked for, what's his name, Gage? So if you don't know, I can't remember his first name, but one of the earliest forms of experimenting with the brain was a man he was a railroad worker, and he had a spike go through his head, and it changed his personality.
Oh, I sure did.
Have you heard about this?
No, but I'm sure it changed his personality.
So
if you hear anything, I love it when my computer sounds like the more you know thing when I get notifications.
I know, I keep hearing
it. You keep hearing it, don't you? The more you know. I'm sorry, I apologize. Busy man, it's all our contacts.
So it was Phineas Gage.
Oh, like Phineas Godwin.
Like Phineas Gallagher, exactly. This was in 1848. It was a railroad accident where a spike, like a railroad spike, goes through his head, and this is what starts us experimenting on the brain and realizing that our personality can be affected by like damage to the brain. And he was like a really nice, easygoing guy before the injury, and then after the injury, his personality completely changed. He was aggressive, mean, cruel. Like he was an angry person, which that could just be, you know, I just had a spike through my damn head. But they said his personality was he was like a totally different person.
It would make sense because depending on what it damaged, like people don't realize, like we all have all those traits up there, right? You have the nice, the evil, and the both. So depending on where he was damaged and what it affected, absolutely, it could have been a whole other, could have been a Jekyll and Hyde type thing.
But
so
yeah, he survived it. But yeah, and it was like a breakthrough with brain tech, experimentation and stuff.
This was a blast. They went backstage to fight. One of my favorite spots backstage was Al Snow just simply picking up that pot of coffee and throwing it on him like the old AA meeting pot. Because it doesn't matter if it's hot. When you see it happen, you're visualizing that that's fucking scalding hot coffee. And that's painful.
Yeah, it was
a spike through the head. Don't throw hot coffee on me. That's
Ooh. That was rough. I kind of had a tear in my eye. That is a waste of perfectly good coffee.
It is a waste of perfectly good coffee that could have went in your Boomer and Blaze Show coffee cup. Or your Chucky cup. Then there was a spot where I'm pretty sure, I think it just didn't work for some reason. Al Snow was up like against one of the garage doors in the back, and then Boss Man jumped on that golf cart, and I was going to run into him, obviously, and he couldn't get it to start. He tried like 3 or 4 times, and he couldn't get it to move. Well, it was on, but he couldn't get it to move. Apparently, Boss Man didn't get coached on how to move the golf cart. I think the spot was supposed to happen. But
yeah.
It was not, because he couldn't get it started. Fighting in the back, though, in this match wasn't enough. We had to go outside, and Al Snow fucking bulldog Boss Man on the sidewalk. I don't think I've ever seen a sidewalk bulldog before. Wasn't enough.
I've seen a bulldog on the sidewalk, but not in the context you're bringing up.
Right, this kind of bulldog on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Brick. Al Snow got hit with a brick.
Oh,
Still didn't in the match. They fought in the street. They almost got hit by a car. I wonder if that was like legit or if that was part of the.
I don't know.
I'm just like, look on that guy's face. I don't know if that was in the script. I think they forgot to block the road off. Like,
that's so dangerous to do.
Yeah.
What if that guy was psycho and just decided to hit him?
More than likely, it was probably planned, but they sure played it off like if it was planned, that guy sold great. Well, I don't know who he was, but if that was planned, you did a great job.
It had to be planned. I mean,
yeah,
I just can't imagine.
There's no way they would just go in the street, not blocked off, and take a chance and hope they can have a match.
Well, not only that, but you could possibly damage their car. Right. Even if it's not about hurting the wrestlers.
I'm about a wrestler dying. He's like, yeah, and you might hurt their car.
Well, no, that too. I mean, safety of the wrestlers, but I mean, like,
good shit.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck the wrestlers. What about my car?
You could get sued for damaging their car or something.
I just got my van back. Fuck. Nowhere damaged. Yeah, so they fight in the street, and then they get to the other side, and there's this like fence and a gate. Looks like it's blocking up railroad tracks, is what it looked like to me. And Boss Man handcuffs Al Snow to it, beats the piss out of him with his nightstick, and somehow gets a pin, even though Al Snow is not laying down. But I'm not going to complain about that one little detail. I didn't know you could win a match if someone's setting up and you put your foot on them, but whatever. Yeah, and he won. We have a new hardcore champion with Boss Man. That was my only gripe. The pin was a little weird. Like, you should have just made it like the ref called the match instead of him counting a pin when Al Snow was setting up. Like his shoulder, it's not like his shoulders were down. But other than that, fucking great match. Lots of fun.
It was good. It was a good match. I liked it.
Yeah. I'm really excited. We're not there yet, but I'm really excited because pretty soon we're going to get to where they changed the hardcore title to where it's always on the line 24/7. And that's when we're going to start seeing like 77 title changes or them randomly fighting in like a children's playground or something. Yeah, that's going to be good shit. But fun match.
Then eventually R-Truth wins it 200 times.
Yeah, but that was the 24/7 title, and they didn't get it quite right. But anyway, another great match, another fun match. I don't care if it took place in the Tokyo Dome, and I don't care who was in this. I'm giving this 4.5 head. Yeah, I went 4.5. I don't even care. It was great. It was fun. They were all over the place. Good match.
I'm giving it 4. Can we have a moment of silence for the coffee that we lost?
It was a shame. That is another complaint I should have is they wasted that coffee.
It was rough. It hurt.
Not only did they waste it by throwing it, but I'm assuming it wasn't actually hot. So not only did you intentionally brew it and then let it get fucking cold on purpose, like it was nothing. Not cool.
Yeah, they were like, I need you to brew this morning so it's nice and cold
So
for
we can throw
tonight.
it away. Bastards. Rest in peace, coffee. We miss you.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Let's see what has to follow that. Let's see what's next. All right, so here we go for our next match, which is actually a rematch from King of the Ring. Then we also got a little video package where it showed Kane pulled some trickery, acting like he wanted to be back with Undertaker, and then nope, I love me some X-Pac. No more Taker. I want to be X-Pac's partner. He's my bestie.
Yeah, this got kind of confusing because I was like, did Kane go heel? Did Undertaker go face? But then Undertaker essentially gets caught to attacking X-Pac, so I guess Kane is the face. I didn't realize Big Show was a face or a heel again.
Me neither. And then we got Hardcore Holly in there, and I'm like, why is he the ref? Like, I get it. He's badass.
Shot. He's the big shot.
Badass. Yeah, he's a big shot. The big shot. Hardcore Holly. I will say, really impressive spot to me was when Big Show gorilla pressed Kane over his head and just fucking chucked him like he was nothing. Like, just threw him like a fucking football 80 yards outside. That was pretty cool.
Big Show is a large man.
Yeah, and he's real large here. Like, he was never small, but in his early career, he was like just a massive. It takes a lot to make Kane look small.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and but other than that, it wasn't a horrible match. It was just kind of, compared to everything else we've seen tonight, the match itself was just kind of all right. You know, it's two bigger guys.
Mean, they all can't be amazing.
They can't all be bangers. They can't all be bangers. But this match was a device. We saw that when it ended. This match was a device. Hardcore Holly did nothing but be a ref the whole match. He was just being a normal, I'm in charge kind of ref.
Sure, normal.
Then at the very end, I'm not sure what quite happened, but he somehow ended up clipping Kane's knee.
Clipping? No, he tripped. Yes. He accidentally tripped into Kane. Tripped. It was complete accident. Obviously, he has integrity. He didn't mean to do that.
Oh, okay. Well, did the trip cause some kind of spasm? Because that 3 count was a little quick, too. A little fast.
I think you're just... The world is just slow to you, apparently. That's a normal 3 count. It's because he's tripped and hit your head. You just didn't notice.
Not a normal count.
Sure it was.
Oh, jeez.
That's exactly how they teach you in referee school.
Yeah, it is. So we see this happen, and the two start beating down on Kane. And, you know, when you have two of the one of the biggest people in the company and one of the toughest badasses in the company beating down Kane, there's only one person that can save you. You know who it is.
X-Pac.
X-Pac to save the day. That turned into him kicking Bob Holly and The Undertaker come out, and they just laid out every fucking body.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you were sitting there thinking the same thing I was. By the way, to this point, I still don't remember this pay-per-view. I imagine I saw it when it aired, but I don't remember this pay-per-view. We're watching this beatdown, and aren't you sitting there like me, like, where the fuck's Stone Cold? I think the whole arena was expecting.
Stone Cold waited.
He did wait, but at that moment, though, I think everybody was expecting him to come out to the ring, and he didn't. And they start cutting away, and they cut to the back, and Stone Cold found Taker, ran his head into one of the pillars in the back, one of the nice concrete pillars, and we saw some blood. So now, both men in the first blood match have wounds, pre-wounds before the match starts.
I can come up with a couple different scenarios that makes sense. One, Stone Cold doesn't give a crap about saving them. So he waited, and not only that, but he waited till he was outside the ring because there was bigger opportunity to make sure he made Undertaker bleed, because that was definitely his biggest goal.
Yeah, to me, story-wise, it made sense that he didn't come out to the ring. Absolutely. because he caught Undertaker as soon as Undertaker went back through the back. So you're right; it makes total sense. Whereas if he would have chose to go out there, Undertaker may have gotten away.
He
So,
might
yeah.
he might have needed a weapon out there. Not only
Yeah.
that, but there was two other people that were would have been out there with Undertaker. So ambushing him while he's alone makes way more sense.
Yeah.
For
And
Stone
like you
Cold's goal.
Stone Cold don't give a fuck about anybody in that ring, whether it's X-Pac or whoever. He doesn't care about anyone out there. He's got one thing in mind, and that's the Undertaker. So yeah, definitely a nice end to it. And obviously, I guess I don't know if Hardcore Holly is now part of the ministry. I don't even know what Big Show is. Is he part of
Is
that
the
thing?
ministry even still around?
Are they even a thing now? Like I don't know.
I'm not. So far there hasn't been any like ministry music. There hasn't been any ministry. Like I think we'll get bigger idea at the end
I think
when he faces Stone
I
Cold.
don't even think they announced the Acolytes as part of the ministry. I don't
They
think.
didn't. They didn't really
Or
make
Midian.
any. Or Midian.
Yeah, there was no special like. So the ministry may not be or they're at the very end of it, or now it's just corporate. I don't know. There's so many factions and changes.
I mean, before every time a ministry member came out, more of them came out with the ministry.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they broke up or what's going on.
I'm assuming too after this match, even at this point, the Union's dead already too. Remember, Big Show was in that faction with Foley and everybody. The Union. That's
We assumed the Union was over last show.
It probably was. It didn't last that long, but so not a bad segment. This was a good segment. It still ties into everything. Everything can't be bangers. There's no complaints about this match. It just wasn't as good as some of the other ones we've seen. So I'll be fair. I'll just give this. We give this 2.5 choke slams. That's good.
I'm gonna go with 2.5. Falling in love with Kane.
Fine.
He was just falling. He was falling for him. He was falling for him. Hardcore Holly just fell for him.
Yeah, he fell for him. All right.
It was a trust fall, and Kane
looked
failed.
Looked like a football clip to me. And I have a feeling like
Actually, that's illegal in football.
It is. I have not. I've been doing good and haven't been peeking, but I just saw what's next, and I don't even know what we're about to watch. But it could be a candidate for us match before we even seen it. So
I know it looks like it's a very short match, though.
it does look like it's a short match, and it's a fucking whatever an Iron Circle match is. That's what we're about to watch.
All right, well, let's check it out.
Let's do it. So our next match is this Iron Circle match. And I shit you not, I don't remember this. And as soon as I saw what they were doing, so we have all these cars in a circle. That's what your Iron Circle is. And they had to fight until someone couldn't keep going or whatever the hell they said. As soon as I saw the way they set this up, I Googled it and I was correct. Someone was in the writer's room and they were like, hey, I got an idea. That movie Fight Club's really popular. So let's just see if we can do that. That's exactly what this shit was.
So what you're saying is we don't talk about the Iron Circle match, so we're done. Let's go to the next.
Yes.
First rule of Iron Circle.
Don't talk about the Iron Circle. And I don't know if I've ever done this, but I think you have. This is a big fat 0. I'm giving this a dud. I don't know if I've ever given this a 0. I think you did once, but this sucked. This was horrible. This was just hoping people would like it because Fight Club was out. And I like both these guys. Well, I don't know how much we've really seen Blackman, but you know, I've been loving Shamrock. And this was bad. Did you not feel like you were watching either a bad porn or a low-budget action film?
It wasn't a bad porn because even bad porn is well, no, that's
true.
It wasn't. It wasn't fuzzy enough.
I mean, the coolest visual to me was you looked in the background and you saw Viscera standing there, which always looks intimidating. There's a Midian just chugging a beer after he got beat. Like, not European champ no more, but
what are you gonna do after you get beat? You chug a beer. I mean, come on. That's exactly what you do when you lose.
At the Iron Circle. Yeah, this is horrible.
Look, I wanted to be really excited for this because honestly, Ken Shamrock versus Steve Blackman, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And yeah, this was. I mean, I don't think I hated it as much as you. I didn't. I mean, it's not good.
Right.
But it was short.
It was short.
It wasn't that egregious. Like if they would have kept this going.
Yeah, thank goodness it wasn't too long. I think I might have done it earlier in the pay-per-view, and it might have changed the effect a little.
this has been too good of a
I
pay-per-view
think
for
that's
this
part
to
of
be here.
yeah,
That could be an issue.
I
Yeah.
think that's part of my view of it and why I got it done because we've seen even the Kane Big Show match. It wasn't because it was bad. It was just because it couldn't compare. So it's when you have a nice solid pay per view and then you try something like this. Remember when they did the thing with Owen Hart where they fought not in the basement, but then they fight. Who do you fight in a fucking like cage thing? That was horrible too.
Owen Hart versus was that Ken Shamrock?
What? Yeah,
it was at the last. Actually, it's kind of crazy because the last Iron Circle match wasn't that at Fully Loaded, or not Iron Circle, but the dungeon match. The dungeon match was.
The dungeon match wasn't so bad, but they fought one where they fought in like this lowered cage thing one time. Somebody.
Oh,
you remember what I'm talking about now? Like the Lions Den. It was the Lions Den because I made a joke about that's not what I know when I hear the Lions Den.
Fair enough.
That was bad too. But anyway, yeah, just for me, this just didn't belong here, and it was just kind of, whatever.
I'm going with one. Okay. One I don't really give a shit, but it was. I don't think it's as bad as you made it out to be. It's not like it was the boiler room brawl of Mankind versus Undertaker.
I think that was a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
But anyway,
it's pretty bad. Okay. It seems like Ken Shamrock keeps getting into these weird, messed up, crappy matches.
Yeah, it's for some reason they think that they have to have all these. If you want to stipulate a Shamrock match, just make it no holds barred so he can do whatever the fuck he wants, and he'll just go crazy.
Yeah, in fairness, though, Shamrock doesn't really do he doesn't use weapons that often.
To your point, other than I pointed out the Fight Club thing, but to your point, those stipulation things, I think they're trying to draw in those
UFC fighters.
Not because he's in the middle of a car in UFC, but the point is they're trying to put him in more realistic stuff to try to draw in that fan base. That makes sense.
And Blackman makes sense because both of them are fighters, like real fighters. Yeah. Right. Blackman. I know Ken Shamrock.
I don't think Blackman was ever in UFC, but he was a professional martial artist.
Yeah.
Yeah. He still did the MMA and all that. Yeah. So makes sense, but hey, this one just wasn't my cup of tea. That's all. So
fair enough.
Yep. All right, but let's see what's next. All right, so here's our next match, and it's Mr. Ass in China against Road Dogg and X-Pac for the right to be DX. Let's just get this out of the way.
It's a custody battle.
Sure, custody of DX. I get it out of the way. I like tag team wrestling, and I'm even all about matching gear when you're a tag team most times. Not in this case. I didn't need all that ass, and I don't mean China's. A little uncomfortable. Mr. Ass's gear made me a little uncomfortable.
Loved it.
A G-string with fishnet.
Because he's an ass man.
Burn.
He's an ass man.
He did match with China, though. But in the great land of wrestling and confusion, we are fighting over the name of DX, even though X-Pac is with Kane. And even though his gear says DX, they're not DX colors. But
that was actually my biggest complaint. Is X-Pac. I was fine with Mr. Ass and China's look. My biggest complaint is why ain't you wearing the black and green? Right. Why
DX,
match
it's not
it?
Really Kane colors. There is some red in there, I believe. But yeah, he's wearing just a different color, even though it still says DX. And
break out your DX green colors. I mean, come on now. My biggest complaint.
This a little bit farther into this match, but there was a spot where China got a Bronco Buster from X-Pac, and there was a line on commentary that said something to the effect of China just got the ride of her life. Not yet. She didn't.
When does that come out?
That might have been a teaser trailer, but that's definitely not. Hold on. The other day, this is random, but the other day I was flipping through the TV and Dark Side of the Ring was on. I think it was Dark Side of the Ring, but it was about China. It was so sad to watch. It was. She went downhill really quick. Unfortunately, one night, look, it's quiet because we're both Googling porn dates. So. That didn't come out till 2004.
Oh, we got a while. We've been making these jokes, and it's not around the corner.
I love how no matter what you Google, they still make sure it looks professional. Everything's it says 2004 pornographic 1 hour.
It's only a 2.7 on IMDb.
You're cast is China and Sean Walton. Your director is David Josephs. We have a director. It's an official. It's an actual film, folks. If you have a director, it's an actual film. Oh my gosh! Yeah, we got a while before the one night in China.
I can't believe it has an IMDb score and it's 2.7.
I don't agree with that. Of course, I haven't seen it in a while, so maybe I don't quite remember. Yeah. But anyhow, kids, if you want to check that cinematic masterpiece out, we did not recommend you do it. And
Don't Google it.
Oh my gosh, here's another random one. You had to say Google those. So I was watching an old episode of 2.5 Men the other day, and Charlie walked in, and this, the boy's on the bed, right? And he's like, Charlie's like, how are you doing? And he goes, not so good. I was trying to look up cars. Don't Google Hummer. Oh, good shit. Anyway, so we're battling for the right to have the name DX. This was a good match. It was fun as shit. I've heard a lot of bad talk about China, but I think everything we've seen so far, I think China does good in the ring.
I remember liking her as a kid.
I think that guys had issues losing to her is what I think.
That's possible.
Because I have not seen it to where, and we're not wrestlers, but we can kind of tell when someone's sloppy or shit looks rough. China don't look rough here. I'm not in China's a different story. But this is going to be interesting. My question to you is what's next? Because Road Dogg and X-Pac won. So are we going to get?
Well, they kind of pointed out that this is mostly for like merchandising rights. The winner gets to get the money for DX. So,
which I guess we should have saw that coming because the only ones that came out in DX here were Road Dogg and
yeah.
Mr. Ash just had the straight up black see-through, which China was wearing the same pants, by the way. It's just.
They were looking exactly the way China looked when she was in DX. She never wore the colors.
No, China never did. No. Mr. Ash just decided to wear his.
She was like, she had her own look, apparently.
I'm an ass man.
I don't think I ever saw her in green or anything other than black.
We'll see what happens next, but I will throw this out there. And you can't find this picture, but contrary to popular belief, Kane never wrestled in a green costume, even though that picture's out there. There is rumor that they were thinking about that when all this shit went down because Kane and X-Pac were still together. So apparently there was an idea that Kane might be DX Kane, but that never happened. Just so everybody knows, he never wrestled in green.
Gotcha.
All right, well, this was fun.
Variations of them have.
Yeah.
Probably will. I guess I don't know if there was a green Kane yet.
Not yet, but it's cooled down a little, Like, where'd all the Canes go? We still got Blue Kane out there, and we got Gay. How does Gay King pronounce his name? I don't want to mispronounce it. Gay? It's not Gain like the laundry. I'm not sure how he pronounces his name. Cocaine. Was Cocaine green? I forget what color Cocaine is. There's one Kane of the Cocaine. But anyway, let's talk about this match, though. And it was fun. It was entertaining. And now you can only get Road Dogg merchandise that says "Suck it." And we're building Gun DX merchandise. That was a pretty badass DX shirt Road Dogg had on, though. I don't remember that one. Like it was actual arms almost instead of So
yeah.
Fun match, entertaining. I'm going to give this 3 because it ain't gay in the 3-way.
It is not.
I saw X-Pac staring at Mr. Ass. I mean, I'm not making accusations. I'm just saying.
It's Blue Cane, Gain, Cocaine, and there's a Candy Cane as well.
Oh, I have not seen Candy Cane yet. I knew of the others though.
I can imagine.
Cocaine.
What?
Literally...
Oh, Candy Cane is a female cane.
Oh, sweet.
Cocaine is white.
Yeah. Okay. White and black. Yeah. Cocaine's white.
And the big gay machine is rainbow colored.
Colors. Yep. And of course, we all know Blue Cane. The first one, the original.
I didn't know there was ever a female cane.
I didn't know about the female. She's a new one. See, because it kind of
Candy
cooled
Cane.
down there for a while. There was a new cane every week, and then it kind of just. Oh, but yes, your turn to rank. I gave this 3-way.
Oh yes. I thought this is decent. Yeah, three's probably the right. 3 for the accurate DX.
You know what? I'm not even going to say what we're referencing when we talk about the 3-way because if you don't know what we're talking about, you don't listen to our show. If you don't know the golden rule, then apparently you don't watch this show. Okay?
It's okay when it's in a three-way.
That's right. You can don't resist, Mr. Ass. I'm an ass man. I don't want to start that again. Last week that shit was in my head for like days. Days. All right, well, we got 2 matches.
I regret nothing.
Nothing. We have 2 matches
Nothing.
left. Both matches. Oh, sweet. There we go. The Kane collection. It's the Kane family. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Oh, wow. By the way,
Once there was this big giant red machine.
I just remembered something to go back. This is random, but let's go back just for a second to the Boss Man Al Snow match. I don't know if you noticed this when they were in the back, but Boss Man took his belt off to whip out Snow, and he had another belt on. So apparently he didn't trust his pants. I just want to throw that out. He had a belt over a belt. But there you go, the Kane family. There we go. This guy's fast, by the way. He had to have just done this while we were talking, just so you know. Just quick on the trigger finger there. So there you go. There's the Kane family. All right, 2 matches left, and they both have stipulations because our next match is a strap match.
Indeed.
First blood match. And I'm excited. I'm excited for both of these because I know who's in it. So, all right, well, there's the Kane family. Cocaine's so great. If you haven't watched the video of him, he pulls the baggie out every time he just rips it.
I know. I know.
I'll have to look up some footage of Candy Cane, though. I haven't seen her yet. Good shit.
Yeah.
All right, well.
She probably has Christmas music.
Probably.
Like a Christmas. It would be kind of cool. A Christmas Cane's music.
You can't come out with the snow, though, because that's Blue Cane's entrance, so she can't steal the snow. She's not allowed to.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's just candy canes dropped from this.
That's right. I'm blue, da 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 da. Oh, that's King's. Anyway, let's go to the strap match. Let's find out who's going to SummerSlam to fight for the championship. Oh, well, look at this. Hard at work. Here we go. It's not getting a 3-way, kids.
Nope.
To get it now, if you don't, you need to go listen to The Lonely Island. You know what's funny is, of course, I know you knew of Lonely Island a long time because you always watch Saturday Night Live and all that. And I don't watch it on the regular anymore.
I knew of them as far back as Lazy Sunday coming out on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, see, so you knew them way, way back. I discovered them through my ex-wife's niece. We went on vacation in Tennessee. We were driving wherever, and she was like, I want to play you something. And she starts playing The Lonely Island, and right away I'm like, how did I miss this shit?
Which one?
Well, I know it had, I'm pretty sure it had the Golden Rule on it. I don't remember what else songs we listened to.
The Golden Rule would be the Not Gay in 3-way. That's that one. There's also Mother Lover. If it had Justin Timberlake in it,
it did.
It would be either Mother Lover, Dick in a Box, or Golden Rule. Those were the 3 big ones.
I think she was just playing the songs because I remember hearing Golden Rule. I remember hearing Dick in a Box. So yeah.
Yeah, I saw those when they first showed up on Saturday Night Live before they became a band.
Oops, that was an off-air joke that should have got recorded anyway. There you go. There's our love for the Lonely Island. It's not gay in a 3-way. So there you go. That's a whole different podcast. I was almost going to ask you if you ever had a 3-way, but let's not go there. Let's just keep save that for another day.
Well, I follow the Golden Rule, so I'm lucky to get a 2-way. I don't know which dark.
Oh, that just got dark again.
1 way, I'll go. Here I go.
I think you have a rough. I have a hard time getting the 1-way. So how's that? No, cut that.
Your hand keeps saying no.
Cut that.
Oh shit!
All right, let's get on.
Let's talk about this next
before
match.
This really does get dark. We'll have to, our next match is a strap match. Triple H versus The Rock. The winner is going to SummerSlam for a championship match. I do like that this is a new version. I think this is the first time we've seen a strap match where we don't do the turnbuckle touchies anymore. That's not how we're doing this anymore.
No, it's just there's a strap to beat the crap out of each other.
Yes, and to supposedly keep you attached. But here again, and by the way, it was even brought up on commentary. I hate to be that guy, but JR was being that guy too, and I get it. We love shenanigans. But every time that Triple H wanted to pull off a shenanigan, they felt like they had to distract the ref and shit. Like, it's a no DQ match. You don't have to distract the refs so someone can cheat and interfere. It's a no DQ match.
I'm just happy that Triple H did this all on his own.
This motherfucker, really? Did we watch the same match? I don't know.
Yeah. Triple H got the pedigree. He did it by himself.
He wanted to prove he could do it all alone. When he came out at first, there was nobody with him. It's just, by the way, we've mentioned this, but let's just take a minute and let everybody out there know. I'd like to hear opinions. Maybe I'll put a pull up on Facebook. My Time is the name of the entrance music Triple H usually
uses.
And it may low key be his best. This might low key be his best entrance music.
I do like it. Like it.
It's pretty sweet. It's not just it's the music itself makes it pretty sick. It's this is one of his underrated entrances. I'm just saying. The game is his most popular one, obviously.
Yeah, but My Time was pretty good.
My Time's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Pretty good. All right, so let's go back to Triple H bravely winning this match on his own. I don't know if that's a real thing. But I guess I should appreciate, by the way, a couple things I noticed on commentary. One, I forget exactly what they were talking about, per se. I don't know if it was the main event of this match, but Jerry Lawler said something to the effect of, it must have upset you guys in the back. And JR was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, come on, JR, we all know you work for the office. And JR did what he could to just ignore that statement was made. Like fucking breaking the fourth wall on the commentary there. Because at this point, JR is head of talent relations now.
Oh.
So he's in charge, of hiring, firing, keeping everybody happy and all that. Interesting side note. I don't know if we've ever discussed this, but do you know what would drive JR crazy about this match?
What's that?
And I used to think it was silly until I actually thought about it. JR's bitch about this match would be that The Rock and Triple H wore the same colored tights, the same color scheme, black with silver or gray lettering, whatever you want to say. Now that sounds silly, but JR said it like this. He's like, we try to present this like in boxing when they announce who's out there. In the red corner, you got the fighter in the yellow and black trunks, and in the other corner, you have the fighter in the blue and white. Basically, he's like, if it's a casual fan and they don't actually know these people and they're wearing the same exact thing, and then how are you supposed to point out like who's the heel, who's the face? Like, he just feels like competitors should look different when they're fighting each other and not have on the same exact.
Fair enough.
Just a little random side note about a JR complaint that he used to have, but fun, entertaining match. There was the one spot where they were both down and the ref was trying to count them out, and that was one point where JR was like, that don't matter, it's a no DQ match, you can't count them out. Like, JR sounded like he was getting frustrated.
Yeah.
But one time when China was talking to the ref, because I don't know, I guess she saw something she was concerned with, and Billy Gunn came out. What happened there? Like, you said he did it on his own, but I'm pretty sure I saw Billy hit The Rock with some kind of object. Matter of fact, he put it up.
Like Jerry the King Lawler said, Triple H can't control what other people do. He was doing it on his own.
He was doing it on his own.
He didn't ask for that.
Billy was out for Billy, and he brought his little Billy club. Is that why he wasn't in One Night in China? Oh, yeah, get this guy. He's on fire. Is that why? He's too small? That's why he couldn't be in that movie?
Yeah, it might be.
It might be. So we thought The Rock had the match won, but again, China, I think she got something in her eye. I don't know. She was up in the apron again.
Yeah.
Managing to distract the ref.
Well, she noticed that Triple H dropped his contact lens, so,
Yeah, screwing The Rock, and of course, Triple H wins, and Triple H is heading to SummerSlam. It's going to be interesting if I remember that SummerSlam. I'm sure I do, because I watched all the SummerSlams more than once. But I would say, based on this victory here, we could probably guess who's going to win the main event. I don't know who's going to win.
Yeah, I have a guess, too, yeah.
But it's still going to be interesting to see how it happens, too, because now both men have stitched. So it's going to be fun to see how this plays out. And am I correct? I should look this up. I'm so bad. Is Mr. McMahon involved in this match? Do we have a special ref?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know if we have a special match, but according to Wikipedia, the stipulations are if The Undertaker loses, Vince can no longer appear on TV. And if Stone Cold loses, he can never challenge for the title again. So,
yeah.
Wonder if this was Stone Cold's last title reign. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's still about watching the match. And we don't know for sure because there's Raws and stuff in between. There's potential Undertaker wins this and Stone Cold gets the belt back. We don't know.
Yeah.
So let's do it. Let's watch the main event: Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Undertaker, First Blood.
Also, I gave this a 4.
Oh shit! I didn't rank it, did I? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Good catch. I got so caught up in bitching about China and Billy Gunn's little club that I forgot to rank it. And by the way, they did fight all over the arena. Like it was a great match. It was the spot where Triple H had Rock in the corner and he hung him like with a leather strap. And by the end, the strap was only on the Rock, which won one of his pins because he was pinning Triple H and Billy Gunn pulled the strap. So the strap kind of ended up being an enemy. But I will also give this 4. I'll give this 4 leather straps.
All right, now we can get ready for that.
Now we can go on to the main event. All right, so here we go. Time to talk about the main event. All right, somebody carry on? Is somebody singing to you in the background? I hear music.
Oh, that might be the.
He let the clock keep going, didn't you?
Oh, well, it's my PlayStation, and on my home screen I have Final Fantasy VII.
Gotcha.
And so it's music from Final Fantasy VII you're probably hearing.
Yes, that's what it was. I get you. I feel like my screensaver right now is an 80s gamer theme, so it plays like the 8-bit retro.
Yeah, mine's Tifa Lockhart sitting on the playground, I think.
Gotcha. All right, well, here we go. Main event, First Blood match for the WWE Championship. Calling it the end of an era because it's the last time Stone Cold Undertaker will face each other. What I liked about this, of course, they set it up during the whole show, but I liked, for one, we knew that both guys had pre-existing cuts, so that made like every little thing in the match more exciting. But right off the bat, what I liked, and I get why they did it, was like Undertaker came out with no extra attire or nothing. He just fucking went out there to his music, but he didn't have on the robe or anything like that. He was ready to go, and these two went at it right away. Do we even have to say this was a great match? Does that go without question? It
goes without question. And I will say that the whole time I'm like confused because I thought Stone Cold was bleeding for the longest time. But I realized he's just wearing this like red like patch where he bled earlier.
It's from the bandage, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, why did they choose red for the patch? Like I thought he had already been busted up the whole time.
Same reason he had to fight a guy in a red mask in a First Blood match.
Yeah, fair enough. He took notes.
Shit. And again, right, this is a nostalgia podcast, and this is, we're taking it from this moment, not from now. People, come on, Vince McMahon on commentary is gold. All right.
Oh, Vince McMahon was gold before, and
yeah. But the commentary there's just something about you hear him. That's it. That's someone. Yeah, kick his ass. It's just fucking good stuff. It just makes it all more entertaining. And what about there towards the end when Shane O'Mac came out? Undertaker's tied up in the ropes. Stone Cold's got a chair, and everybody thinks, oh, he's about to crack one. But here comes Shane, and I don't think Shane got his hands up quite in time for that chair shot.
Oh,
that looked a little rough.
Oh, and Shane got his ass beat.
And we all love Stone Cold Steve Austin. We do. But he would even admit it himself. This is kind of the height of the painkillers and such, so I'm sure that chair shot didn't feel good. Stone Cold had a couple of Vicodins and a few beers in him before he goes out there. So it looked painful. And I loved the end because even though it wasn't necessary using the camera, I always loved the camera. But like I said earlier in the match, every little, like, anytime somebody went into the stairs or like a corner post or even the Undertaker using his punches, you're just waiting for that blood to start. And what's that tell you about both these guys? Because they legit had they were already busted up before they went out there. So to be able to do all that shit and not, like, what would have happened if Undertaker accidentally, or one of them accidentally threw something wrong and the wrong guy bled? They don't want to use
I know. I was thinking that the whole time. The other thing I was thinking when he used the camera, and I'm just like, man, those cameras have to be expensive. I hope that's like a prop camera.
They are expensive. I think that's why they don't do it very often. Because if you remember, was it Sid the one time that used the camera on Shawn? I think it was Sid, and he shattered that motherfucker. I don't remember if he used it on Shawn or who he used it. Yeah, they are. Same thing with the monitors. Like, we're always like, why do they take them off? But the real reason they take that shit off the table is because they don't want to fuck it up because it's so expensive.
Right.
Because you always pointed out, like, why would you click the table off? It would hurt more if you left it on there.
Yeah, well, it's because they don't want actually.
And I don't even think anybody would use the camera anymore.
Well, I mean, I can imagine if they're using like maybe that camera
That
guy
could've been
was
a
a
prop.
prop, and it could have been a prop. I hope it's a prop because that's got to be expensive.
What's even
Of
better to
course,
me too is that Undertaker got hit with that and started bleeding, but it's not like it knocked him out. Like he's just still standing there, like, "What, bitch?" And then looks at the ref all shocked, like, "Why are you ringing the bell?"
it's like, what are you talking about? I don't feel shit.
Fuck that camera.
I
I'm
feel
fine.
nothing. What are you talking about?
Who I am? I'm the Undertaker. Fuck that camera shot. Sorry, buddy, you're bleeding. Sorry. So then, of course, we get Stone Cold's trying to celebrate, and we get Triple H and Billy Gunn and everybody. Here we go again, coming on out to get him some. And of course, at the end of the match. By the way, they said, if you notice, they said what I read said Vince couldn't be on TV anymore. They're playing it off like Vince has to leave the company now completely. Like Vince is gone.
Yeah.
But they're trying to play it off. But Stone Cold goes in to shake Vince's hands. How many times are you gonna fall for this, Vince?
I know. He's always like, maybe. Oh shit.
Time. But of course, we all know what I dreaded about this because Vince McMahon doesn't know how to sell stunners.
No, he's
Jesus Christ.
His character is so good, but he cannot sell a stunner to save his life.
We're having a little private conversation off air about some content and about doing like rank lists, and if we listed the people who couldn't take stunners, Vince
he'd be 100.
We're stunner takers. Number one, Vince McMahon. Like Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So we know Stone Cold wins, and that sets us up for Triple H and Stone Cold at SummerSlam. But I'm interested to see how much more we'll see of the Undertaker. I don't believe this is the last time they're gonna. I mean, they kept fighting after it was over. They were a bloody mess, both of them. Like, so I don't believe this is the last time we'll see these two go at it. I could be.
Yeah.
But a good way to end this pay-per-view, and who would have thought Fully Loaded would be such a solid pay-per-view?
Oh yeah, I know. This was actually. I think we had the same thing with the first Fully Loaded. I maybe not with you because I had already watched it, but I remember when I watched it with Craig for the Pro Wrestling Apologist podcast. I think we were both going in like, this is probably not going to be all that good, and then we watch it and it's like, holy crap, this is surprisingly decent.
Like, Fully Loaded could mean two different things. But I think in this case, it's just talking.
Speaking of Fully Loaded, I believe Stone Cold called that hit with the camera the money shot.
He did. And how dare you do that? And if you heard what I mentioned earlier on the dark match, Val Venus wrestled. So,
speaking of money shots.
Hey China, you know anything about that? Anything about money shots?
Not yet.
I'm trying to remember. Was there a money shot? Oh, well, that's a whole nother. Might have to do some research before next week. Haven't seen that in a while. Hey, kids, we have a special rewatch.
Yeah.
Boomer and Blake show.
You wanted to review some movies. We can review One Night in China. Oh, shit.
Be the fastest episode to ever be taken off. The only episode to ever be taken down. You'd be like, I don't know what happened.
Is there any podcast that reviews porn? Like, is that
I'm sure there is, because everybody's got a podcast, right?
I mean, is there porn review podcast?
Wow.
Oh, shit.
I come on the next episode of the Rumor Blade Show. Imagine what
those gosh.
To be like, I wouldn't even be able to advertise. I wouldn't be able to promo for it. Like, no, cut that.
This podcast is X-rated.
Oh, jeez. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. Oh, my God. We are horrible sometimes, but yet also good. What a way to end a great pay-per-view. This match was fun. And good wrestling in it as well. Like I said, just even the drama of the punches and everything. And I'm going to give this 4.5 stunners.
I'm going to go with 5 money shots. I thought this was a great match. This was a lot of fun. There was shenanigans. There was Vince McMahon being Vince McMahon on the commentary.
And I guess I really love it too, because even though it's hard to look at Stone Cold as the underdog, it's like they're always trying to fuck him. But Stone Cold always finds a way. You know what I mean? Like, they always stay against him. It's good shit.
Well, I mean, first thing I thought of when I heard it was the First Blood, yes, other people could come in and try to get him to bleed, but there's no cheating. There's no quick counts. Like, there's nothing they can do other than attack him more.
You know what? That's true. I never thought about that factor of it too. It's First Blood.
This was like the first time Steve Austin's been in a match recently with this corporation where he doesn't have to worry about people cheating. There is no cheating. It's First Blood.
So it was actually kind of more fair to him. That's a good point.
It's
Even when he got busted open early, he still had a better advantage than he's had in the past when he's facing these kind of situations. So,
right, exactly.
Good point. Touche. I like it. All right. We have made it through fully loaded. So I guess we got to pick some matches.
Yes, we do.
Favorite match of the night.
I know it's the easy way, but how can you not pick the main event? I mean, there was a lot of good matches on this pay-per-view. And I would almost pick the tag match because it was so fucking hard hitting. But when you combined everything, match, story.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Which tag match?
Oh, the title match. I apologize.
Hardy's and Acolytes or DX?
For me, I almost picked Hardy's and Acolytes because of the physicality and everything. But when I go for overall picture, I got to do it. Yeah, I got to go with the main event.
Yeah, I was debating on the Triple H versus The Rock match.
Which also could have been a choice, yeah.
But you know what? To be different, I am going to go with Triple H and The Rock. It was a really good match. Even though I ranked it a little less, I mean, this also, got story. And I think Rock Triple H was probably a better match. Where this had more shenanigans and fun.
There's something about like Triple H and Rock when they fight each other, they got really good chemistry in matches. Like I could watch those guys fight all the time. So overall wrestling, yeah, that was good match, no doubt.
All right, so the next one is going to be tough.
We'll see.
Worst match of the night.
Out of the two, that's my favorite one out of the two. They're both great.
I love this.
It's because of the horror theme. While you were playing that though, it just clicked in my head, and I'm going to switch my pick and then probably piss you off. My worst match of the night is actually not going to be what I was going to say. I'm going to make my worst match of the night Big Show versus Kane. Now, I was going to say D'Lo versus Mideon, but I went with that old theory of I expected that from a Mideon match. Of course, Mideon wasn't going to do that great. D'Lo saved him, but I expected more out of Kane and the Big Show, and it was kind of slow and boring.
See, I'm surprised because I'm going with Steve Blackman versus Ken Shamrock.
Oh, God, I forgot about the Circle of fucking Night. That is my worst match. That is.
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing?
I hated that match so much, I fucking forgot about it.
You blocked it from your mind.
Cut that. Worst match of the night, Shamrock Blackman. I literally forgot. I'm not joking. I'm not trying to bullshit my way out of this. I didn't like that so much, I forgot it fucking happened.
Wow.
Horrible. Wow. I really did. I forgot about it. That's crazy. So that is my worst match. I gave it a 0. It has to be my worst match. I can't believe I forgot about that shit. I don't know if I've ever forgotten about a bad match that I hated.
Oh, well, at first I thought you were.
That should have been like right here, locked and loaded, ready to.
I thought you were using almost like squash rules. Like I don't really want to choose a squash match, which this really wasn't a squash, but it was very short.
It was. So yes, you're right. That is absolutely the worst match of the night. So bad, it's forgettable.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't forget it. I had a different reaction.
I think eventually we're going to get to see those two in an actual match, and that might be good. If we just just let them fight a match and let's see what happens.
Fair enough.
All right. My bad. I had a brain fart. Well, let's plug some pluggables.
Yeah. Well, first off, I want to say on our next podcast, we will be watching SummerSlam 1999.
Oh, nice cover.
Yeah, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have fun with this cover.
Yeah. Now, see, kids, you're getting a little preview of them, so just imagine what we might do with that cover art. Okay. My co-host always makes it, but it's a collaborative effort. Sometimes we just come up with shit. That could be a fun one. Also, I don't know if you saw when Fully Loaded ended, and I know we have a whole year, but the last Fully Loaded has a pretty sick graphic we'll get to play with too. It's pretty cool. It's just Stone Cold.
Yeah, I think I saw it actually when I was.
But yes, this is next week, SummerSlam 1999, which means in 2 weeks we'll be back on the WCW train because we always do that after one of the big four. Also next week, and I don't have it wrote down, but we'll just tease it because I don't remember which one it is. But next week we're also going to do a video game review. How about that?
Hell yeah.
Video game review. And maybe we'll see another face of Foley. Who knows? When Mock will pop back up.
Maybe.
So, so there you go. Now I think we can plug some pluggables.
Yeah, you can find me on Dragon Blazer Productions on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. You can also find me at Dragon Blazer Pro on the X.
That's right, and you can follow the Boomer Blaze Show on the Facebook, the Instas, the TikToks. And the Instas. That's all Boomer and Blaze Show, and of course X is a little different. That's at Boomer_Blaze. So there you go. I hope everyone has a wonderful week. And until next week, this has been the Boomer Blaze Show. I am Boomer.
And I'm Blaze.
And good night from Dragon Blazer Studios.
Have a bad day!